bring this up as well. This is like the most blatant piece of corruption in the in a minute. U.S. acting AG Todd Blanche won't rule out Trump weaponization payouts to January 6 rioters who assaulted police. Yeah, dude. If you want to be anti-American Capitol stormer, we'll just pay you money. Blanche's first congressional testimony since ascending to the top of the Justice Department after Pam Bondi's firing. El Bozo also told Democratic senators that he could not commit to borrowing of any of the nearly $1.8 billion for the settlement going to Trump campaign donors. I doubt any of that's actually going to go towards like January 6 rioters and just go towards like corporate billionaires. Compensate victims of political weaponization to settle a lawsuit Trump would file against his own government over the alleged mishandling of his tax records. The pool of money will be controlled by Trump allies who can give payments to those who claim to have suffered weaponization or lawfare by the U.S. government. Trump is going to get a lot of this, by the way. Those TCC people are already making edits of the shooting. That's gross. The pool of money will be controlled by Trump allies and give payments to those who have suffered weaponization or lawfare. One-page document signed by Blanche. What's your Roblox username? I don't know if I would add strangers on the internet. The IRS is forever barred from pursuing any related investigation to Trump or his relatives. He's talking to me. All right, fine, chat. You guys defend yourselves. If you guys want to add each other on Roblox and play JJS or something, you guys can go ahead and do that. In questioning, Blanche denied that Trump set up the settlement fund. He said that 5-member settlement commission, 4 of whom he directly appoint, will act independently. He argued that former President Barack Obama's Justice Department had overseen a similar fund, though that one was signed off by a federal judge. This one is not. The president did not direct me to do anything. Like, most obvious lying sack of shit on earth, by the way.
During this hearing, I do want to get your reaction first, Barrett, to that exchange we just heard talking about this so-called anti-weapon.
Can I just hear the fucking hearing, please?
Let's go to Capitol Hill now. For the first time since being named as lead of the Justice Department, Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche testified before the Senate Appropriations Committee. So he faced a lot of questions, number of issues, including the just created $1.7 billion DOJ anti-weaponization.
1.8 billion. I guess 0.7 billion and 100 million.
Fine, watch.
So
I'm just gonna add you. You know what? If people are making friends in my chat, that's all I want. What do you think about Trump? Yeah, actually, if somebody ever thinks that Trump's a good person, you shouldn't add them on Roblox.
to be clear, what we're talking about is nothing short of the sitting president of the United States looting from the Treasury for his own gain.
Yerp.
You seriously think this arrangement is appropriate? The president telling the federal government to settle a case and let him pay billions to the people that he chooses?
What you just described wouldn't be appropriate, and that's absolutely not what happened, and that's not what's happening now.
God, dude, I knew this was gonna be such a fucking piece of shit motherfucker as Department of Justice.
So you just set up a series of facts, most of which were not true.
No,
No, it's not. I mean,
the president has set up a slush fund.
He is far better at responding to questions than Pam Bondi ever will be, and it's really bad. It's really bad for us that this guy's our acting DOJ secretary.
However you want to say that it got set up, and he literally will get to choose through his handpicked
How cool do you think it would be if they
who
give
gets paid that
Ramatra
fund.
an
That
Adam
is
Smasher skin?
absurd.
That'd be
The
pretty
president
cool.
did not set up this fund. It's not a slush fund.
It is a
been
slush
done
fund.
Many times.
Okay, so let's go live to Capitol Hill and CBS News congressional correspondent Nicole Killian following all of this. A lot of the focus today is on that so-called...
I don't care. I don't care. Give me more of the goddamn fucking... yeah, there we go. This shit.
Ben Holland. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Attorney General, this is an outrageous, unprecedented slush fund that you set up. Simple question. Will individuals who assaulted Capitol Hill police officers be eligible for this fund?
Yes or no?
Well, as it makes plain, anybody is,
Yes or no?
Just let me know if they're eligible for the fund.
as was made plain yesterday, anybody in this country is eligible to apply.
Okay, so the response to this question, the way he responds, here's the way that you respond to this. Okay, he did not say no, which means yes. He wants capital or people who assaulted police officers to receive payouts. And then do not let him crawl that out of you. You just sit there and you hold that position the entire time.
Apply if they believe they were victim of weaponization.
Mr. Attorney General, let me ask you this. Are there going to be rules that say that if you've assaulted a Capitol Hill police officer or committed a violent crime, you will not be eligible? Why not make that a rule?
I expect that, because I'm not one of the commissioners setting up the rules, I expect that there will be
four of
rules
the five
set up.
members, aren't you, Mr. Attorney General?
Yeah, dog. You're literally appointing half of the fucking guy.
Pardon me?
You're appointing
Over
four of the
half.
five members.
I am appointing
You can
all five
certainly
members.
set up the rules. I would
Oh, all five members.
hope
Okay.
you would make a rule that anyone convicted of assaulting a police officer or a violent crime is simply not eligible. They should not apply.
Well,
Let me ask you this, because you compared it to the Keepseagle case. But I think you know full well.
I wonder if people. Oh, that'd be really interesting if I could apply for it and get money out of it. Because if I could, straight up just if you can apply for it, could you explain the conversation like a chess match? It's not even chess. It is they're throwing rubber ducks at each other. Well, this guy is throwing rubber ducks at him, and Todd Blanche is just not responding. And he's not pressuring for him for a proper response. Dan. No, but if regular Americans can get this slush fund money, dude, immediately donate that shit. Or honestly, pay your fucking rent off.
In that case, the settlement agreement was approved by a federal judge.
So 100 ELO
including
versus
the payments to
Grandmaster?
people-
No, it's not even 100 ELO versus Grandmaster. They're both morons. He's asking a question that's really weak. Well, he's asking a question that's actually a good, that I would ask, but then not double downing on his lack of a response. He's asking the question over and over again rather than just using the lack of a response as a response. And the other guy's he knows that, so there's 100 ELO versus 100 ELO. Yeah, kind of.
Who were not originally parties to the lawsuit. No federal judge has approved this fund, have they, Mr.
They're playing different games.
Attorney General?
no federal judge did approve this.
So that's a big difference between this case and the case that you compared it to.
No, it's not.
Did a judge sign off on this case?
No.
A judge did sign off on the other one.
Yes, but your question was whether it's a big difference. It's not.
Of course it is.
Yes, it is.
Because that allows for an independent person to look at it rather than the
There was no
former
independence.
personal
There was no independence. There was a
attorney.
single commissioner. A judge signed off on it. A judge had nothing
Mr.
to do
Attorney
with
General,
deciding the money.
there was a judge who looked at it and signed off on it. So to compare that case to this one is incredibly deceptive. Let me ask you this about the Epstein case, because as we speak, many Epstein survivors are in New York. They're reading portions of the Epstein files about the abuse that they suffered.
The fact that they're all just up and posted is an amazing thing.
Otherwise, they might have been here with us today. At a House hearing, your predecessor refused to acknowledge the pain experienced by some of those victims when the administration improperly released their names and identifying information.
On purpose released their names. I guarantee it was not improper at all. I guarantee this was on purpose.
So I want to know where
That was
you
a scare tactic.
stand. I spoke to the representatives of some of the Epstein survivors yesterday. They are extremely frustrated that you keep calling for people to come forward with more evidence, but you have not
Over 18 trillion fucking pages.
met with them to hear their stories. So simple question. If I connect you with these survivors, will you meet with them?
Absolutely. And what you just said is false. I have met with them. I've met with many of the lawyers for the survivors.
I've met with many of the victims. I've met with many of the lawyers of the victims.
Of victims, as did Attorney General Bondi. So whoever
But none of the victims yourself.
told you that,
Because you don't care. This guy's rape.
unfortunately, gave you bad information.
Okay.
But I would encourage them. I would encourage them to reach out to the Department of Justice because, like we do every single day, we absolutely care for victims, and we
No, you don't. Not anymore.
Absolutely want to hear from them and their lawyers.
Well, I've been told directly from the representatives they've not had a chance, at least this group, to meet with you. So
Did they represent that they asked?
So I'm glad to hear
Did they
that,
represent
Mr.
they asked for a meeting?
Can I ask you
Yes.
to commit that the Justice Department will not recommend a pardon for anyone named in the Epstein files?
Can you repeat that question? I'm sorry. I didn't hear what you said.
Can you commit that the Justice Department, you, the acting Attorney General, will not recommend a pardon for people named in the Epstein files?
When you say people named, there's tens of thousands.
That's a dumb question. That is a good dumb question. A better way of phrasing it would be people implicated in committing crimes in the Epstein files.
Hundreds of thousands of, quote, people named.
How about Ghislaine Maxwell? Can you commit that you will?
Yes, I can commit to that, of course.
Let me go back to this
She's going to get a pardon.
slush fund, because there's also an individual who, after being pardoned by the president, went on to molest 2 children. And that person actually tried to buy the silence of these children by saying that he would pay them some of the funds that he was hoping to get from your slush fund. Can you commit to making the rule so that that person is not eligible for a payout under this fund?
Well, you're obviously lying in your question, because there's no way that this person committed to that. But the slush fund, as you call it, which is not, didn't exist.
Oh my God! Yes, sir. Oh, like every time they refuse to answer, say, "Okay, this is your answer," then, and do not let them back it up,
Sure.
or do not let them respond to that. Just move on.
I can commit.
Mr. Attorney General, don't ever do that again. I am reporting
what again?
what he said. He said on the expectation that he hoped to get some of the funds from a payout. He's been hearing
You said from the slush fund, Senator, and that didn't exist when he said that.
This is the fund that the president and all of you have been telegraphing all along that you are going to use to help the president's friends.
Can you point to a
Mr.
single
Attorney General, I
telegraph
have a
I
last
made?
question.
What telegraph did I
I have a last question.
God, dude, he's such a piece of shit.
Donald Trump voluntarily dropped his $10 billion lawsuit
Which would have all gone to him. He would have sued the government to pay himself out, and then told the government to be like, okay.
against the IRS on Monday in exchange for a $1.8 billion anti-weaponization
Which is all going to go to him. Did they release Trump phone? The Trump phone? Yeah, I don't know. The Trump phone is like not even like an important thing,
fund
honestly.
that is expected to pay out money to January 6 rioters, a broadly controversial move that's already drawn widespread outrage from Democrats and ethics experts. Trump filed a notice with the court Monday saying he had voluntarily dismissed his $10 billion lawsuit against the IRS, which alleges the IRS failed to properly protect his tax returns after a contractor passed details of the president's taxes onto news outlets. The dismissal came after news reports suggested Trump was poised to settle the case before a judge could potentially throw it out entirely. While that filing did not mention a settlement, the Justice Department filed a notice Monday announcing the creation of a new $1.8 billion, quote, anti-weaponization fund as part of settling the case, confirming reporting from ABC News last week that Trump intended to settle in exchange for the government creating a fund for those who claimed they were unfairly punished by the Biden administration, including January 6 riots.
Holy shit, dude. He's on fucking Fent or something. I bought one so I could harvest whatever materials I can out of it and try to make some RAM with the materials inside. Dan, don't buy a Trump phone.
Rioters. Trump's court filing Monday did not say anything about a settlement, so it's unclear if one has been reached and, if it has, what the terms of that settlement could be. Trump's dropping of his suit came as Judge Kathleen Mary Williams has been considering whether Trump could actually sue his own IRS, given he controls the agency as president, and Democrats and ethics watchdogs had criticized Trump for potentially being able to profit off litigation that wasn't
Potentially being able to profit off of. Shut the fuck up, dude. I hate Forbes. I hate media so much, man.
even valid to begin with. The president's personal legal team and the IRS have not yet responded to requests for comment. If the IRS were to drop its audit against the president as part of a potential settlement, it could benefit him financially. The Times reported in 2024 that Trump was being audited for potentially claiming improper tax breaks on a Chicago skyscraper and could owe $100 million if the audit came out against him. Trump, his sons, and the Trump Organization sued the IRS in January, alleging the agency violated his privacy by not keeping his tax returns sufficiently confidential. Former IRS contractor Charles Littlejohn was previously sentenced to 5 years in prison for passing details of Trump's taxes onto ProPublica and other news organizations, which Trump alleged resulted in false reporting that, quote, caused plaintiffs reputational and financial harm, public embarrassment, unfairly tarnished their business reputations, portrayed them in a false light, and negatively affected
Why didn't he just pay it? Because billionaires hate the idea of paying for anything that benefits humanity or their constituents or their like the people around them. Billionaires hate you. They hate you. And that's why billionaires should never be able to hold office. All billionaires are evil. Like literally every single one of them is an evil piece of shit, garbage human being. And you need to hate them more. Like, genuinely. Like, you need to hate billionaires much more than we already do. Because they have done nothing but ruin the world.